What's up, guys? Godzilla has a Skyline that's not black in his driveway.
Yep.
It's because this
long lost cousin.
This guy right here goes by the name of Casey. He brought his Skyline over. We're doing a rear differential gear oil change right now, so figured we'd make a video on how to do that. What you'll need is a lot of manpower, like in your arms, and a 1/2-inch drive, and maybe a big ass breaker bar. Be a lot easier with like jack stands instead of wood, but we're working with limited stuff here, because then you might be able to use one of these.
Call this like the parking garage version.
Yeah.
If you live in an apartment building and you don't have jack stands, this is your next best bet.
Yeah. So to start off, you're going to want something underneath the car there to catch all the gear oil, and you use the 1/2-inch drive, and this is what it looks like, the connector here in Casey's hand.
So there's the female feature there. You can actually, we'll get to this a little later, but this thing's pretty munched up, and I think that's pretty typical with these fittings since they're square drive and they don't have the tightest fit, and they're also not very deep engagement either. So all that combined, it's a little loosey-goosey, not the most not the best feature, but it does the trick because it is very high torque. So let's see.
So we just finished draining, and now we're gonna get to putting the plug back in, and then we're gonna fill it using this handy dandy pump right here. Just a little cheap little thing from AutoZone. Goes down into the bottle, and you just stick this into the fill plug, which is on the passenger side of the car, of the differential, and it's the same kind of connector, 1/2-inch, female square plug, and then you just put this up into the top and start pumping, and pump until fluid starts coming out. I think it's about 1.5 liters, I think is what I remember reading, but we've got way more than that, so we're good to go. So let's get to putting everything back in. So he's tightening the drain plug back. As you can see, it doesn't fit in very snug, so you have to keep a hold of it.
Loose fit.
Yeah.
It's not the most confidence-inspiring drive feature.
There may be a special tool that you need, but in America we have 1/2-inch and 3/8, and we'll work with what we got.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the next time we pull these out, we'll just have to replace them, but as far as the torque goes on these, well, it's a big old thread, so you can go pretty superhero tight, but
Yep, we'll do it German spec. Good,
yeah.
Good and tight.
Good and tight.
Got the big breaker bar in there now, and make sure it's good and tight.
Final tight.
There you go. You can also use, like Loctite or something, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, some thread sealer or Loctite for insurance if you'd like, but
Yeah.
it's a big old thread.
So, I'm not sure if I can even get the camera in here, but there's the drain, and then up here, oh, there you go. It's kind of a weird angle, but there's the hole. He already took the fill plug out. It looks exactly the same as the drain, but that's where we're going to put the hose and start filling. So we started pumping, and here's the tube there. You can see the oil in it, and it's going up to the fill. If I can get, there you go, right in there. So it's a little messy if the hose pops out, but it's pretty much the easiest way to do this without a lift or anything like that. So
Yeah, you can kind of get the tube when you put it in. You can kind of angle it down a little bit. There's like a little shelf you can kind of stick it down into, and it doesn't seem like it's coming out very easily. So
Sweet.
And then you just pump up the jams. Just pump this like 40,000 times, and eventually the differential will be full.
Pump the jam.
Pump up the jam.
All right, so we're approaching the end of the second bottle here, which, if our math is right, we're almost to full. We put the oil pan back underneath to catch any that comes out. That's how you know you're done. It starts spilling out at the hole for the fill. Assuming you're on a flat surface anyway. And yeah, then we'll just put the fill plug back in and good to go for another however many miles.
Yep, still pumping.
I think this is pump number 12,316, 17, 18.
22, 7,000.
Alright, so it was coming out, and now he's putting the fill plug back in, slowly but surely with the, slippery fingers.
Yep. I want to wear gloves if you're smarter than I am. I'll do a follow-up video in 5 years when I have skin cancer on my hands. I'm sure.
Yeah, if you've ever smelled gear oil before, it has a distinct, obnoxious smell to it.
It's delicious.
Yeah, don't get it in your mouth.